Okay, we'll have Mishna Berura on page 109. So the Mechaber says over here that it's Alochem Shemisinai, that the parchment, the parsha has to be wrapped with a hair. It's Alochem Shemisinai. It has to be from a kosher species. So the Ramad said the minig is we wrap it on the parsha, then we put a piece of cloth around the parsha, and then again we put another hair around the outer wrapping of the cloth. So the Mechaber says v'nogu she'aser zeh shel egel. The minig is that the hair should be from a calf. V'milomot shel egel korech b'chol shel poro or shel shor. If not the calf, it's a male or female mature animal. It has to be washed well. That should be clean. Evidently, it's not simple to extract whatever uncleanliness is in the hair. Once mentioned, the Gemara says in Shabbos, as a Shiloh, could you write Tefillin or Sefer Torah on fish skin of a fish? Because in terms of species, it qualifies. But the question is, because there's a certain smell, which is equivalent of a stench, it has to be extracted from the skin. So the way they process it is, it's sufficiently extracted or not. Tomorrow concludes Tishbi. Teku. After we fill he will reveal whether it is or not. Okay? So if there's this degree of uncleanliness, it doesn't qualify, even though the species is a kosher species. So then the seor, although it comes from a kosher species, but it has to first be cleaned and washed well before you could use it for the evidence, but evidently you could. The hair, some of that hair should actually protrude, you see it outside the bias. Let's see the Mishna Berura. Halachal Mishna Reish Ches, Lochenim lo korach haser olea posul, av shekorach olea klaf. So if you didn't wrap the hair around the parsha, although you put cloth, it's not valid. Nog lichroch, because there's a question, where do you put the hair? On the parsha itself or on the outer part? Others say to the contrary, so therefore we wrap it on the parsha, and then again, a second time on the cloth, because there's a question, where do you put it? Makes no difference. Shalegel, the reason why it should be the hair of a egel, of the calf, you should remember the chet egel. No, that's the minhag. It could be any kosher species, but the reason why it specifically should be this, it's a nos. It's a nos. Os means it's a sign. So part of the sign is it's to remember. What? No, but the hair protrudes outside. That's what the Rambam says. The Mechaber says it has to come out. Some of the hair, right, outside the box, in front. Two things to remember. Not to do it again, also as an atonement. Tov lasus kol tikun tefillin mi'or egel. Look at this. He says, therefore, the tefillin itself should be made from the hide of an egel for the same reason. If the hair is lechaper, so let the hide should be. Lafuki bosan osan retzuas mi'or tayish. They make the straps from another type of kosher species. Tayish is a sheep, goat. K'tzos seor. That the length of the hair that sticks out should be less than the length of a sora, than a barley. That means it protrudes very slightly. Chutz labatim. No, it should be pochos. It shouldn't be long. It should not be long. I'm not sure where they came up. It could be it's too long. Either it's lacking in hidur. You don't want to rip up. Chutz labatim yeshom she'etzel habai shemurach by parshas Kaddish. Yeshom etzel avoyim shemor. Which one does it protrude from? Tov sheitzi mi parshas voyim shemoa, batzad haponeh, the parshas Kaddish. I mean to put it in between the two of them, between Kaddish and voyim. Okay. Second. Let's see the Korchem Beklaf Koton. Said that. We said it last time. Okay, let's see. Member, page 110. Yagilyon Elyon Tchilo. I'm sorry, Yitei Kol Parsha Bai Shalo. Each parsha should put in its own compartment. And it should be put in, it should stand vertically, not horizontally. Zekufa mu'umad v'veso. That's the proper way to insert it, not horizontal. Zekufa keder kriyoso. Der shemamidim sefer Torah behechol. Like you put a sefer Torah in the Aron Kodesh, standing, you put the parsha, its proper way to be inserted is standing. But the evidence in the Son Mushkeves and Lipsulat Tefillin Bishul Zeh. Person put it in horizontally, it's valid. But he says, nevertheless, the fact in the future, if it could be corrected, it should be corrected. That it should be put in similar to the Sefer Torah in the Aron Kodesh. It stands. It should be taken out, be reinserted to be stand vertically, not horizontally. No. It's wide enough. No, it evidently. No. What happens if a small portion of big bias? A small portion of big bias. Right, you put it in horizontally easily, without folding anything. It's rolled and you put it in horizontally. The bias is much larger. Okay. Memvov. Yeh hagilyon elyon tchilo shel shur elyona. V'tzad tachton v'tzad peh batim. What about if you insert it upside down? Meaning it has to be right side up. That when you read it, like let's say Shema. Shema's on the top. So the upper margin, the margin which precedes the Shema should be on top, and the lower margin which underwrites the last line should be on the bottom, which is understood. In other words, it's upside down.
Well, horizontal too.
No. What do you mean? Horizontal. No. We're talking about how it's inserted in the bias.
Yeah, but you said horizontally it would be okay.
With the Evid.
Yeah.
We're not saying it's possible if you put it upside down. It should not be put in upside down. Upside down. It says it should be right side upside down.
Not possible.
No, he's not saying. That's impossible. How should it be inserted? I'm saying assuming it's understood, right? So he's telling you because the bottom, the flap that you put inserted, that's the bottom of the tefillin, and the top of the sharosh, that's the top of the tefillin. Hagav rosh haparsha yemunach l'tzad yamin hakorei. Shembo leposel lekorei yemunochen leforav kilchosav. Well, it's understood, right? I mean, if you're going to read it, you read it from right to left. It should be limin hakorei. So if you insert it vertically, and you read it, and not upside down. So how is it? What do you mean? That it means it should be l'tzad yamin hakorei. So when you open it, you read it, and we say when you wrap it, we said before, the beginning ultimately you wrap from end to front.
So when you open it at the beginning,
so you could, let's say this is the flap, you can put it in like this, or you can put it in like this. So he's saying that you should put it in so that when you're facing it, the right side should be correct.
Munach l'tzad yamin. Now the question is, but the question is the back of it or front of it? Does it say? Right? Rosh haparsha yemunach tzad yamin hakorei. That's facing the one wearing it, or it's behind. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
It's unclear in the Ramah. Shembo leposlon ukoron yimunochin lefonov. No. No, it's very good. It's clear. He says when you open it, so when you open the stitches, where they stitch in the front, the back it's one piece of leather, correct? The flap opens. He says when you open it and you take it out, it should be limin akori. That means it's to the right of looking at the tefillin, right? That's the way they're inserted. That the fold where it wraps around, the wrap is towards the outside of the tefillin, towards the front. So when you open it, when you pull it out, what do you read first? You read the Min HaKori, the reader. There you read.
You know, but which way is it?
No, if it opens low. You open up the stitches, you cut it, and it drops. Now you pull it out. So when you open it, it's in front of you, right? What's in front of you? The front of the bias, right? So therefore, as you open it up, see, it's the Min HaKori. So when you're facing the tefillin, that's the Min HaKori, to the right of the one of the reader. Marvin, what do you say? It's posh, it's understood. Let's see. Let's add Hagover Shimbo the personal Korin Yimanochel Fonov Kilchosa. Let's see the Mishna Berura Tzaraper. Di lafochi yamdu osius afuchas neger akore. Yeah. Hilchoson Cherimotzinu Sheseda Hanochos Mebatim Gam Kem Sudorm Lifnei Yemin HaKoreh Shehu Omeid Neged HaMiniach. Says the Koreh who's Omeid Neged HaMiniach. He's opposite. He's facing the one who's wearing the tefillin. HaKoreh Keseda Kibitchila Parshas Kadesh Shel Yamino V'akach Parshas Bo Yokiviacho Sharpos Parshios Kamo Shekosu B'Sim Lamadal Lakein Tzorech Lios Sof HaGlilo Shurosha Parsho. Right, where it finishes wrapping, that's the beginning of the parsha, because you wrap it from the end to the front. Gamkim tzad yamin negdo. Okay? It's interesting. He says the Be'erocha, this machlokas. Sfardim, when they put the mezuzah is what? Is vertical. Ashkenazim put the mezuzah on the doorpost. It's on a diagonal. It's on a diagonal, right? What do we put on diagonal? And they put it vertical. So because Rabbeinu Tam says that the tefillin, the mezuzah has to be horizontal, not vertical. Why? Because when we read the Torah on the bima, right? We don't read it standing. That is Sfardim, they read it standing. Ashkenazim read it flat. But every bima, the way it's on a diagonal, slanted. It's not a flat table. That's similar. It's similar to the mezuzah put on the doorpost. Why? Rabbeinu Tam says it has to be literally flat. Another position Tosas is it has to be vertical. The way you put the Sefer Torah in the Aron Kodesh is vertical. It's not horizontal. So what do? So we do it. We put it on a diagonal. If you want it, is it standing? It's not standing. So by doing it that way, you yotze both positions. It's not standing, it's not lying.
Why would we say lying if the Torah?
Because when you read the Torah on the bimah, you read it lying, flat. Okay? So he says over here, so if that's the case, when you insert the tefillin, the parshas in the tefillin, why are we concerned about Rabbeinu Tam? Rabbeinu Tam says the way it should be done, it's always horizontal. So he cites over here the Gra, the No Yehuda, Anshar Tshuvish Kosov Shem No Yehuda, the Enlochish L'Shisar Rabbeinu Tam, Sheposek Davka B'Shchiva. We don't have to be concerned about Rabbeinu Tam's position that he says that things have to be inserted horizontally. Chemash B'Aragro, that we don't have to be concerned. So therefore, we go according to the Mechaber, that when they're inserted literally vertically. Similar to the mezuzah on the doorpost, which is vertical, it's not on diagonal.
I guess it wouldn't have to make the statement bigger if you want to put it on a diagonal.
Correct. Right. Correct. Or the parsha smaller.
Right.
Okay, let's see for
You say that fits both
Base Dave.
But that's what it says. You could say it's either. It can't be one or not the other. One of the reasons Rabbeinu Tam says it has to be lying rather than vertical is because it's like kikmuras chamor. When you bury a donkey in the ground, what do? You just throw it in the grave. It stands on its feet. A human being, out of respect, he lies flat. You don't bury him standing. So therefore, anything standing, it would not be respectful when you put it in its location, like resting location. So he holds also. I mean, even the Sefer Torah in the Aron Kodesh should be what? Should be flat. Should not be vertical. It's Rabbeinu Tam. Okay. So the question is to do one way or the other. It's not to do it one way, but it shouldn't be the other way. You understand? That's the emphasis. If it has to be vertical, so then it's not vertical. It's diagonal. But the thing, it should not be horizontal. The answer is not horizontal. It should not be vertical. Well, it's not vertical either. It's neither. So therefore, having a diagonal, it's not A or B. But Sephardim, no, it's supposed to be horizontal. So if it's on a diagonal, it's not horizontal.
Generally, in halacha, we go according to the Rabbin, and you choose a position. Because every halacha we have is a different opinion. We don't split the baby on the vast majority of halachas. Why this particular halacha do we choose to split the baby? Those are according to the Rabbin.
And have it vertical, the mezuzah. Have the mezuzah vertical. Yes, ma'am?
Whatever the majority opinion is.
I know Rabbeinu Tam. Evidently, Rabbeinu Tam is not just only individual opinion. Must be others. And for some reason, we're giving him again. His claim. Maybe it has to because it's kfuras chamor. He refers to. It's a disrespect. It's a disrespect to do it that it should be vertical. So that's the only reason why we address it. I mean, with the evidence, you put it horizontal, it's kosher.
So it's hard to come. How do they do it?
Vertical. Straight.
Straight. So, I've never seen it in
Sure.
Space is response.
No, we're talking about a mezuzah. We're talking about a mezuzah right now.
the Moroccans probably use like the Ashkenazim because it's such a strong.
Right. Moroccans do it like Ashkenazim. Like they read the Torah, it's not in the box. The different, there's Spanish Moroccan, there's French Moroccan. The French Moroccans do it like the Ashkenazim. Spanish Morocco like Sephardim. Even though the French Moroccans are from Sephardim, they're Sephardim also. It's like the Ben Ish Chai. Ben Ish Chai, very often argues with Mechaber. And he rules many times like the Ramah, Ben Ish Chai. And many Sephardim follow the position of the Ben Ish Chai. And, like for instance, Moroccans don't eat rice on Pesach. French Moroccans do not eat rice, legumes. Similar to like Ashkenazim. As far as it's prevalent among Sephardim, they do eat legumes on Pesach. Okay.
In this case, we're not doing it because Rabbeinu Tam says do it one way. We want to do it. He's saying not to do it the other way. That's what we do. Correct.
Okay, let's see just see Silsa Show. A few minutes.
Okay, no one holds putting the Torah away flat.
Nobody. Even when we put it in our coach, it's also on a diagonal. It leans back, unless it's a crowded Aron Kodesh. Because it really could fall out. That's the reason why they lean it back.
Right. It's just a practical reason.
Yeah, okay, but factually, it is that way. You'd say the bimzos on the slide, it's easy to read. No, if it's on a diagonal. Okay.